save me some.
Hello, my friends. How you doing today? I am doing well. Yes, I'm doing good today, and I hope you are doing good also. Yes. I'm gonna start this episode today with a movie recommendation. Now, I was sitting with my son, and we were talking about movies. It was just like a general talking about movies type thing. And I asked him, I said, "Did you ever see the movie Brewster's Millions?" Because we were doing like a hypothetical. Because he caught it to him, he's like, "Oh, if he had so much money or whatever." I'm like, "Listen," I said, "there's a movie called Brewster's Millions starring Richard Pryor about him. I believe they give him $30 million. I think it's $30 million. I'm not, don't quote me on that, but I think they give him $30 million, and he has, I think, so many days. I want to say it's a month to spend $30 million and not have any assets. Okay, so when he's done spending every single dime, he can't have anything to show for it except for the clothes that he came in on his back. And I'm having this conversation with my son. He's like, "Oh, that's no problem, Dad. I could do that. No problem, Dad. I know." I said, "Listen, I've seen Brewster's Millions, and it's not an easy task. I'll tell you right now, especially when you're not supposed to have any assets at the end. I mean, you can't go buy a house or you can't go buy a car because then that becomes an asset, you know. So it was a little bit difficult for my son to understand. So I was kind of like, "Oh, you know what? We need to sit down and watch Brewster's Millions." I said, on top of the fact I have no idea how you were able to live your life for 20 years without seeing Brewster's Millions, because this is just a great. So if he spends the 30 million, I think they give him like 300 million. It's his uncle. So the story goes, his uncle, it has he's left a will, and he's the only living heir, and his uncle was like big into like teaching people a lesson. So he wanted Richard Pryor to spend money so badly that he wanted him to hate spending money. So he gave him this offer to spend the $30 million within a certain amount of time, and if he could not do it, then he gets nothing, absolutely nothing. Or he could have took what they called the wimp clause, which I think was like $1 million, and he could have been on his way. But he decides to take the challenge of the $30 million, starring John Candy also. Okay, what a great movie. And I don't know how it was able to slip under the radar with my son for all these years, but this is like one of my Richard Pryor go-to movies. And if you have never seen it, it's just such a great story. I mean, think about it. Imagine if somebody called you up, you had a relative, you had no idea who they are. I'm praying for this to happen. This is one of the things I wish would happen to me. A relative, you get a phone call from a lawyer, and a lawyer says, "Hey, listen, you got a relative wants you to come down and watch his will. He's got $30 million to give you. Or if you spend the $30 million in a month or whatever it is, you get $300 million. Or you could take the whip clause for $1 million. Now listen, I'm going to open a forum, because me and my son talked about this. Number one, I saw how difficult it was for Richard Pryor to be able to spend that amount of money in that amount of time without accumulating any assets. So I don't know. This is a tough one. It was $1 million clear, and you could just walk out the door. Or it was, take the challenge for the 30 to spend the 30 million and then end up with 300 million or something like that, or 500 million. It was a ridiculous amount of money at the end. I listen, don't quote me on the prices, but it was almost impossible in my head. But Richard Pryor in this movie, he comes up with these great ideas in order to spend the money. But I don't know if I personally would have the what's the word I'm looking for? The initiative. Some of the stuff that he comes up with in here is just genius. The way that he's able to spend the money. And does he end up making it at the end? Does he end up with the 300 million? Let's just say that there's some twists and turns in the story. So if you've never seen Brewster's Millions, not only is it available on Shout Factory Select, but there's also a multi-pack on Blu-ray of Richard Pryor movies that has Moving on it, which is also another great classic Richard Pryor movie. And I can't really think of what the other movie is. There's 3 movies on there. I think it's Moving. I don't know. Don't quote me. I know the DVD has Busting Loose on it, which is another great movie. But yeah, my son sat down and watched this. I'll tell you right now, this is an older movie. What year we got this thing? I know Shout Factory is usually pretty good with putting the dates on the back of these things. Maybe not today. 1985. So 1985, and my son has not seen this movie yet. This is and if you have not seen this movie yet, it's just a really good movie. You're gonna get roped in. Plus, it has a John Candy, and it's got a Richard Pryor, so it's a win-win all around, and it's a thinker. Like, I don't know about you, but when I remember, I always put myself in the characters' places, and yeah, I jumped into Brewster, played by Richard Pryor. I jumped into his character. I was like, what would you do? How would you spend $30 million in a week, a month? How would you? I mean, that's a lot of money. I can't. This funny thing with me is I can't even fathom. I can't even fathom what $30 million would look like. I can't even figure out how I would spend $30 million and have no accent. You know what I mean? So maybe I would take the wimp clause and take the $1 million and run. I don't know. Yeah. So with that said, I've also run into another issue again on my hunt for the Taylor Swift collection. You know, and I'm not gonna get into a lot of detail on this thing because I want to kind of move on to something else. But I ordered a Taylor Swift CD from a guy off of eBay, and I gotta tell you, this shady eBay dealings is getting to be a little bit rough. Now, I will tell you that there is certain companies on eBay that run from multiple stores, but they use almost the same storefront. They use the same write-ups. They use the same. After shopping for 20 something years on eBay, I'm kind of growing accustomed of like locating these things and seeing these things. There's a company called Declutter that has totally banned me from buying from them because they were selling. I think they were like almost they were saying that the money goes to charity or whatever. This is all your proceeds go to charity. I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. But it says right on the bottom, benefits charity. So I'm like, oh, I'm giving a charity. So I'm buying something for myself and I'm giving a charity. But unfortunately, what they do is they either don't ship out your, like they take your money, but they don't ship out your item, or you get a note, a message like 3 or 4 days later saying, oh, the item's not in stock, or when we were going to package your item, we realized that the case was broken or the disc was broken in half. Or I ran into a lot of problems with that company. So I started noticing other companies popping up because they were getting a lot of negative feedback. I mean, we're talking like, but the thing is, they sell a lot. So if they have like 300,000 sales, you know, and 100,000 of them is negative feedback, I guess eBay really is like, yeah, it's okay, you know, because they sold 200,000, you know what I mean, and everything went good there. So this company was not that company, but it had the same exact storefront, same no pictures of the items. This company never does. The other company doesn't do pictures of the items, and this company didn't do pictures of the items. So I sent the guy a message ahead of time, and I said, listen. I'm hunting for this certain Taylor Swift CD. It's got to be official. It's got to be real. It's got to be authentic. It's got to have the U.S. stamp on the back of the piracy warning, which is available on only the U.S. releases, which is what I'm collecting. I'm collecting the U.S. releases of the Folklore set. So yeah, the guy's like, I really can't get to any of my stock because, and this is the kicker, and the other company did the same thing. We really can't give you any answers on our stock because they're located in different locations. Now, come to find out that sometimes these locations are not in the U.S. They're in Bangladesh. They're in different places, because I'll get the thing in the mail and it won't say a return address, and it won't, like this one right here says this one came from, Springfield Gardens, New York. That's where this one said it came from. But I will tell you, it took months for this to come in. So I do know that stuff that is shipped from out of country has to go through a process, and usually it has to go through New York. I don't know if that's where like the main post office processing or sorting situation. I don't know if that's where the main thing is, where the harbor is, where the boats come in and they have to go through this process in order for them to release it to the United States to make sure that it's safe and it's not anything that's going to hurt us or whatever it is. But I'm pretty sure that it's somewhere in New York, because it seems to be that everything that I buy from overseas, from Japan, China, or whatever it is, has to go through New York City, according to the tracking process, in order for them to finally get to me. So I got the thing in. So like I said, I messaged a guy ahead of time. I said, listen, you have no pictures. Can you tell? Nope. I can't tell you anything about it. And it's always like a bot response. But the bot has a name. Like one of my bots was Kyle, and then one of my bots was Patty. And one of my it's like a AI response, and then it's like straight up stupidity. You know what I mean? It's And then you asked, I literally asked them, I said, are you a bot? Can I please speak to a human being? The response was, thank you, sir, for your concerns or whatever. We hope you enjoy your product. Thank you, Patty. And I'm like, Patty, you didn't answer no damn questions. Are you a bot? Is this an automatic response to messed up questions that you get on a normal basis? So you kind of just gave up. So now you got robots taking care of your responses. So anyway, so the guy, girl, okay, whatever the heck sent me this package, told me, I assure you, sir, that it is the real thing. And if it's not, if you find out that it is a counterfeit or fake or phony or whatever it is, you may ship it back with no problem whatsoever. We have a return policy, ship it back. Just ship it back, okay? So the thing comes in the mail, and this is open, and I ended up getting the small sticker, no piracy thing on the back, fake, okay? I got another one of the fakes, or out of country, okay? Because I get a lot of people saying, are you sure it's a fake or a counterfeit, or is it just a European release or whatever? Now, let me make this clear that there are some countries that don't have. The U.S. has the piracy label. I live in the U.S., so I want the U.S. releases, the ones from a Taylor's official store, which I guess she released these alternate covers for like 1 week only or whatever it was, and then they were never released again. So that's if you new viewers to me are trying to figure out my whole obsession with this Taylor Swift folklore situation. That's the thing. It was like 1 week or whatever, one and done, and then she don't release no more. And so I'm trying to get all these covers, and yes, one of the viewers said, are they all the same CD? Do they all have the same tracks on them? Are they all identical? Yes. Okay, Taylor is a marketing genius. You're not gonna tell me that. So what's gonna happen is like every little Taylor Swifty boy or girl or whatever in the world is going to want the complete set of 8 of these things because they have a different. What is different about this is the booklet, the photo on the back, and the photo on the CD itself, and this backdrop thing. Okay, but the music is identical. Like every single CD has all the same songs on it, so you're not getting anything new as far as music wise. What you're getting is a different booklet. You're getting a different back art, and you're getting a different CD art. So it's all about the collecting. It's all about the art. It's all about the just wanting to have them all. It's the FOMO, the fear of missing out. You know, you want to make sure you have all the titles. So yeah, I get the message from the guy. The guy, and so I message him back, and I'm like, I'm sorry. I said, but I'm gonna return it. It's unfortunately, whether you're knowing or unknowing, which I'm gonna give the person the benefit of the doubt. I mean, if you're not me or a big Taylor Swift fan, you don't know what you're looking for. So maybe this just came into his, because if it benefits charity and these are just like donation CDs and he's selling donation CDs, he might not know what he's selling, or she might not know what she's selling. So I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. But when you have a big thing that says return policy, if there's any issues whatsoever, please contact us and we'll take it back right away. Then, that kind of gives me that soft, cushiony feeling, like the little downy bear, like, ooh, that little guy. You make me feel all warm and cozy. Like I'm going to be all set with the return policy. So I sent the guy a message, and the guy messaged me back and says, you have to go on your email, and you have to download our return slips and return it to our location. But what they wanted me to do is they wanted me to pay for the return slip. They wanted me to drive to the post office, pay, and I had to pay to return this thing. And then when they receive it, they would return my money. The issue I had with that is if I used their return policy thing instead of eBay's actual return policy thing, there's no way to track that I ever sent this thing back to them. And even if I did send this with a tracking number, it would cost me more money out of pocket to send them the item back with the track in it. So I told the guy, I messaged back, and Mr. AI or Miss AI number 4 or 5 or 6, whatever, I said, listen, I'm not going to send it back using your return policy. I said, I want you to send me a label through eBay so we can keep this all documented, because I am learning my lessons, and hopefully you guys have been watching this channel, you're learning your lessons too. You want to stick with whatever policies eBay or PayPal or whatever throw your way, because if not, then eBay will throw a monkey wrench in your works, or PayPal will throw a monkey wrench in your works, and they'll say, well, listen, you went behind our backs and you downloaded this QR code, and then you went to your post office and you did this behind our backs, and now you're not covered under the buyer protection program of eBay because you shipped this thing out not using an eBay label. So I contact the seller, and the seller's like, I'm sorry, we can't take it back that way. We will not pay for an eBay label. We do not work with eBay, and we cannot do that for you. And I'm like, you have over 300,000 sales. You've been open, your eBay store's been open for whatever. What do you mean you don't work with eBay? What you're telling me is that you will not pay the $4 to have this thing shipped back to you. You want me to pay $4 to have it shipped back when I asked you ahead of time if it was real or not. So I took every precaution prior. You gave me every comfort prior. And then what you're telling me is that I have to go above and beyond to return what is not real, or is not what you thought it was going to be. And you gave me that comfort, telling me that, hey, listen, people make mistakes. If it's a mistake, we'll give you your money back, and you will take the item back. I don't want this. I'm ready to ship it back. So I opened a claim. with eBay, and I called eBay, and I had a long conversation with this woman, and I hate doing that because eBay's not that fun. They're not fun to talk to. And I told her, I said, listen, I want to go through the proper channels. I've been here, done that, not doing it again. If I want to return it, I said, I got it in the same packaging that the guy has. I said, I'm literally just going to put it back inside here, and I'm going to tape it shut over here, stick your eBay label on the front, and I'm going to drop it in the mailbox, and he will get his item back. And, eBay agreed. They're like, listen, what we're going to do is we're going to open a claim. We're going to hold it for 5 days. If the seller does not agree to purchase a label through eBay and does not agree to the terms that eBay sets, then we will recover your money for you. Well, I will tell you, I got my money recovered. And they're not getting their CD back because I have no reason to ship it back because I already recovered my money. But I did receive this one from Fidel Shaburka, which made me a little nervous. Yes, because no offense, but his name's Shaburka. Okay, and he's from Fort Lee, New Jersey. And this did take a little while to come in too. So I'm like, what the heck is going on here? So right away, Mr. Fidel, I contacted Mr. Fidel. I'm like, listen, can you guarantee me, because this one was actually from Discogs, okay? So this one came from eBay. This one came from Discogs. And I asked Mr. Fidel, I said, which I didn't know his name was Fidel, and I did not know his name was Fidel Shabak, and I did not know that this actually came from an overseas type thing too. You know what I mean? It's like, listen, this is all kinds of weird things going on out there. So I contacted him. I'm like, can you assure me that it has the Made in Mexico sticker on the back, Made in Mexico stamp on the back, which all official U.S. Taylor Swift CDs have this strange bluish. Sometimes they're harder to see. Sometimes you can see them right away. Sometimes they're like hidden in like the back of just the cellophane that they wrap it in, but it's a stamp that says Made in Mexico. The CDs themselves it's a U.S. CD, but the CDs are made in Mexico. So I said, does it have the stamp on the back? Does it have the piracy thing on the back? Yes, sir. I guarantee you it has it. So this came in the mail. Okay, so I'm gonna open this up, and actually I'm gonna drop the other one out there. I'm gonna get really close to here. So yeah, Mr. Fidel was on the money. Okay, so I'm gonna show you this. Let me get close. If you watch my video on the folklore albums, on the real folklore albums or the fake folklore albums, and how to tell the difference between a Taylor Swift folklore album, you'll see that right away. The parental advisory sticker has an extra bulky black on the top, black on the bottom. If I flip it over on the back, I'm going to get real close here. We have the piracy, anti-piracy thing right there. My hands are a little bit shaky. And right here is the Made in Mexico thing. And this is factory sealed. I will tell you, this is probably the most pricey Taylor Swift folklore CD to get. It just is. I paid, like I said, I was excited to get this one because, and I'm going to take this one out just so I can show you, like, side by side, the little difference here. We got the front there, you know what I mean? It's got the little sticker as opposed to the big sticker. And the other thing is the sticker on these things are usually on the cellophane because you throw them out. For some reason, with these foreign releases or whatever, they put the parental advisory sticker right on the plastic. And then if I flip it over to the back, there's no Made in Mexico over here, and there's no anti-piracy thing on the back there. So that's kind of how you can tell the difference. Let me see if I can open. Oh, I'm not gonna open the other one because I have no need to. Because as you guys asked, yeah, I did the same album, so I already have it downloaded onto my thing. So this is just for collecting. This is just to put in my collection. So there's really no need for me to even open this one. So to me, that doesn't depreciate in value. I know it to be real, so I could pack it away, and we are good to go. But yeah, I thought I would share this little story with you. Not only give you a little recommendation on Brewster's Millions, which like I said, this can be a little pricey if you're looking for it in the Shout Factory Select, because I believe it is out of print. I'm not 100% sure. Don't quote me on that. I don't think they sell it on the website anymore. You might be able to get it on eBay for a decent price, but if you can't, I will tell you that I watched it the other day with my son, and the DVD and the Blu-ray, not much difference. So you could probably get the DVD for like $3, okay, two and change or whatever, you know what I mean, and then pay another, like, let's say $2. Whatever. I mean, it might cost you $5 total with shipping to get this movie if you have not seen it. I do not see it streaming on anything. I have not seen it streaming on anything. Matter of fact, I haven't seen this movie in a long time, because some movies, they just disappear. And that's why I got to tell you, my friends, I'm still going to stand by it. The physical media is the way to go. I can watch this anytime I want. I was talking about this movie to my son, and if I didn't own this in my collection, then how would I ever show it to him? You know what I mean? It's like it would no longer exist. And then the thing is, I'm talking this movie up to him, and I'm like, hey, what if you had $30 million? Oh yeah, Dad, I do this, I do that. I'm like, you've never seen Brewster's Millions. You've never seen Brewster's Millions, and you need to watch Brewster's Millions. Now, if all I had to do is depend on streaming services, my son would never see Brewster's Millions. And that's kind of a sad situation. I will tell you that I did order a copy of The Passion of the Christ yesterday, the day before that, because it's I have it on DVD, but it's out of print. It's gone out of print, and it's probably gonna get some kind of deluxe edition, whatever, when Mel Gibson does his sequel to The Passion of the Christ or whatever. But I'll tell you right now, something clicked in my head, okay, because I was watching the Joe Rogan Joe Rogan Experience. Is it Joe Rogan Experience? Is that what he calls his podcast? Well, I was watching Joe Rogan, and he had Mel Gibson on. I was watching this awesome interview with Mel Gibson, which I've always been a Mel Gibson fan ever since Mad Max. He did all Lethal Weapons and stuff like that, all those different types of movies they did. But I'm watching this interview, and I'm like, and he starts talking about The Passion of the Christ, and I'm like, maybe I need to upgrade from DVD to Blu-ray. And I'm gonna go check it out. And I went on eBay, and I'm like, man, it's out of print. But it's out of print at a price that's reasonable right now. And I'll tell you right now, if I can ever think of another movie that I can picture people wanting to no longer stream forever, that would probably be one of them. I'm gonna tell you right now, there's some movies out there that I am afraid that will no longer exist one day. And let's grant it, like, let me make this clear. The Passion of Christ is not my favorite movie in the world, but let's say you want to watch a Scarface or a Godfather or a New Jack City or a Boys in the Hood or any of those movies that have like that very controversial type feeling to them, and like maybe one day somebody might say, hey, we don't want you watching anymore. We don't want you watching The Exorcist anymore because we don't want you to watch that devilish type stuff or whatever. Listen, it's our right to be able to watch whatever we want to watch. Okay, that's part of a freedom. Okay, and I believe that the streaming services kind of limit us on whatever. There was something the other day that I wanted to watch, and I was being lazy, and I figured I turn on the Netflix or whatever, or the Hulu, whatever it was, and I put it on, and it literally said leaving next week. So I'm like, oh, okay, well, it's leaving next week. But then it made me ponder on that. I'm like, it's leaving. Where's it going? Where the hell is it going? And how am I going to find? So if I don't watch it right now and it's leaving next week, where's it going? It's probably going to be sold to another streaming service, and then you're already paying $20-something or $10 or $13 or $15, whatever you're paying for let's say Netflix and Hulu and Disney Plus and Paramount Plus. And listen, I don't know about you, but I got away from all of the cable companies because of the prices. I mean, I was tired of dishing out $70, $80 per month or whatever for HBO or Cinemax or Showtime or whatever it was. So I got to tell you, if you start doing the math on these streaming services, before you know it, you're going to be paying more than that. Okay, and the prices keep going up. I get notifications all the time from Hulu and from Netflix saying, and then it's not like they're asking you; they're telling you. They're like, "You're trying to let you know there's going to be a change in your in the amount of." It's not a question. It's a we're telling you, and unfortunately, it kind of got you because some of the shows that my wife loves, you know, like a Grey's Anatomy or Will and Grace or whatever stuff that like I won't buy the physical Grey's Anatomy because there's no way I'm ever gonna watch it, and she probably wouldn't watch it either. But she likes to watch it weekly. You know, it's like a regular TV sitcom, like you would watch back in the day. She likes to watch it like that. I can't get rid of Netflix or Hulu because of that. You know what I mean? And it's kind of they kind of got you. You know what I mean? But so they're gonna keep raising. But I told my wife, I say, no, they raised this thing where we're paying cable prices again. You know, $80, $100, $120 a month or whatever it is. You know, we're getting rid of it. I'm sorry, we got enough physical media in this house to last us for eternity, and we don't need it. Okay, so yeah, listen, you people keep buying your physical media. Find it. Listen, I saw Durant Cinemas. He went into a Walmart the other day. It was maybe about 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, a month ago. I don't know. 4 weeks, probably a month, unless it was 5 weeks. A while ago, okay? And literally, the Walmart that he went to had just a cubicle, just a little cubicle of Blu-rays and DVDs. And I'm like, this is the future. They're slowly pushing the section out into the aisle, and then eventually they're just gonna remove that cubicle. The $5 bins in my area are already gone. You know, the $7 bins are already gone. They're doing it. It's happening. It's a thing. So they're trying to get rid of the physical media, and the streaming services are trying to take over. So we have to support them. We gotta listen. Go on your Amazons. Go on your different companies there that you go to that you can actually get the physical media and you're buying from. Your Arrow Videos, your Scream Factories. Buy your physical media. Buy it. Support them. Help them out. I understand that the prices are going up. That's the other tough part. I'm noticing that I'm going on Arrow and I'm going on Vinegar Syndrome, and what used to be like $22 or $32 is now $60 or $48. The prices are definitely going out, and it's making it going up. It's definitely making it really tough for the consumer. So it's making it tough for me. Okay, listen, this is, like I said, this is my gig. I don't have like I do other things on the side, you know, DJing and other kind of stuff, but YouTube is my main thing, and this isn't paying the bills. I'll tell you right now. So it's tough to get this stuff, you know, when you want to get it. So yeah, the prices need to go down. But listen, I don't support the streaming channels. I'm sorry. I will not let the man take control of my life. I like to have control of my life. I like to have control of what I want to watch and how I want to watch it and when I want to watch it and who I want to watch it with. Okay, and to me, when you start just depending on streaming services, you can't guarantee that. What if you want to go watch something at your friend's house? You go to your friend's house, and all of a sudden, it's gone. You know what I mean? Or they don't have that service. They don't have the whatever. And my alarm's going off. Anyway, with that said, my friends, thank you so much for stopping by. Listen, I appreciate you, and I will see you later. You should have saved me some.